brave fellows, they were true men. The James Younger Gang, 1866 to 1882. In context: location: Missouri, Kansas, Kentucky, Arkansas, Iowa, Texas, and West Virginia. Theme: armed robbery. Before: 1790 to 1802. Samuel Wolfman Mason and his band of followers preyed on riverboat travelers on the Ohio and Mississippi rivers. 1863 to 1864. William Bloody Bill Anderson, a pro-Confederate guerrilla leader during the American Civil War, leads a band of outlaws against Federal soldiers in Missouri and Kansas. After 1897, Al Jennings, a prosecuting attorney turned outlaw, forms the Jennings Gang and robs trains in Oklahoma. From February 1886 to September 1876, the outlawed James Younger Gang robbed 12 banks, 5 trains, 5 stagecoaches, and an exposition ticket booth. Their crime spree began in the wake of the American Civil War when the James brothers, Jesse and Frank, joined forces with the younger brothers, Cole, Jim, John, and Bob. They all fought as Confederate bushwhackers attacking civilian Unionists during the Civil War. After the hostilities ended, Jesse James turned the group into a bank robbing posse. Some historians credit the gang with the first daylight robbery in the U.S. when they targeted the Clay County Savings Association in Liberty, Missouri in 1866. In all their train robberies, the gang only robbed passengers twice when their takings were especially low. They committed robberies every couple of months, hiding out in between jobs to avoid the law. They were raided by sympathizers who offered their homes as hideouts. The gang used maps and compasses and avoided well-traveled roads, making it difficult to pursue them. The gang grew and they drifted between Midwest states, pulling off robberies in banks, trains, and stagecoaches in Missouri, Kansas, Kentucky, Arkansas, Iowa, Texas, and West Virginia. On June 3, 1871, they robbed a bank in Corydon, Iowa, but were identified as suspects. From then on, they became known as the James Younger Gang. Tracking them down. In 1874, following a train robbery in Missouri, the Adams Express Company, who suffered the biggest loss during the robbery, enlisted the services of the Pinkerton National Detective Agency to catch the gang. In March 1874, Ellen Pinkerton, the agency's founder, sent Detective Joseph Witcher to pursue James, but Witcher was found dead the day after he arrived. An outraged Pinkerton sent a group of detectives to track the gang down in January 1875, but they succeeded in killing Jesse's 8-year-old half-brother and wounding Jesse's mother with an incendiary device during a botched raid. Condemned for this act, Pinkerton withdrew, and the gang continued unabated. The James Younger Gang dissolved in 1876 when the Younger brothers were arrested during an ambush while attempting to rob the Northfield First National Bank in Minnesota. The James brothers were both wounded in the legs but escaped on horseback and kept low profiles until 18 years later when Jesse formed another gang. The James Gang's reign ended in 1882 when fellow member Robert Ford betrayed and shot Jesse James in the back inside James's home in St. Joseph, Missouri, in order to collect the $250,000 today bounty on his head. The romanticization of outlaws. The romanticization of outlaws. The exploits of Old West outlaws have been exaggerated and romanticized despite the fact that many were killers. The captivating allure of criminals seemed to be based on conflicted feelings of both attraction and repulsion, of love and hate. Outlaws embody freedom in their refusal to obey laws representing the boundary-crossing children that we used to be. They were also eulogized for unexpected benevolence. The courteous highwaymen and figures, including Robin Hood, were popularized for their supposed altruistic motives and for serving the people. The public reaction to Robert Ford's murder of Jesse James in 1882 is a case in point, as it caused a national sensation. Newspaper articles were published across the U.S., including in the New York Times. Such was James's allure that people traveled far and wide to see the body of the legendary robber.